a diagram. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but like from looking at a circle from the top and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm here again. What the heck? What the heck? I'm here again. But then you turn it on its side and it's actually an upward spiral that you're like,
Right.
oh, you reached a new station, a new thing. And yep, oh, there's the self-doubt again. There's some of the same old stories. They come up as you expand into a new thing. Yes, I love that. Something that I learned in ACT is this idea of two mountains, that you're climbing up your mountain and encountering the obstacles along the way. And I'm climbing up my mountain, and the other people are climbing up their mountains as well in the group. And we can see things on your mountain that you can't see because they're a little ahead of you, or they're that you've just passed, or what's around the corner. We can see that from our perspective, and you can't see it from where you stand. And
Mm.
you're really good at bringing those things really authentically to the group, and other people kind of saying, oh, have you looked at this? Or what about that? Or, hey, I see another next step. Have you thought about this? Or, why don't you do this and get back to me? Accountability. But you've done a really good job of that and being that support to others in the program too.
Thanks, Carlyn. Yeah, really just that. Yeah, I think of Brené Brown and when she talks about shame gremlins and how they really get more at us when we are isolated, and they keep us isolated and they keep us from community.
Yeah.
And when we bring those things forward, then we bring them to community, then that we can allow that big spotlight to shine on them, and for that ability to not sit in the shame and start making those towards moves. Yeah, I love that. I love that
Yeah.
concept.
Shame loses its power when we air it
Right.
out and
Yeah.
share it. Yeah. And then you learn that 5 other people in the room are like, oh yeah, I got that too. Or even if they don't say so, it frees them when it comes up for them next time
Mhm.
because they heard you share it. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I found that actually owning that sort of um beta kind of learner's attitude, learner's mindset, that sense of, okay, hey, like I am actually super experienced in this field. I'm kind of new at doing this as a business. So I'm actually really nervously presenting my first Facebook Live. Or I'm going to lean into, I'm not sure about actually this whole email. I messed up the email sequence. Ah, shoot. Yeah. I'm just figuring this part out. It's not to say I don't have good clinical skills, but being able to actually just admit that some of these bits are fumbly because I'm actually building a service for these really important reasons, so that I can bring these clinical skills to people who are in need of it. But I find kind of just giving air to it and admitting that this part is new. This business is new. I'm not a new clinician, but I'm new at this business thing. So I might mess things up a little bit. And that can be so freeing if we actually just say it. And then people tend to say really nice things to you if you just admit it. The kind of holding up a facade is exhausting. Definition of imposter syndrome is enlightening. I'm glad.
I also wanted to say to that, Mallory, I think back as a new clinician, it's like, yeah, I mean, if I were to work with those same people, I would approach things in a completely different way. And that's okay. You know, just that we all bring something to the table. And when you know better, you do better. And like, it'll be okay. Like, it all just kind of works out, and you're bringing something to your clients that is unique and wonderful for them.
Yeah. We weren't born with these skills. We learned them along the way. We're getting better at them as we go. I'm glad that was helpful.